What's going on, gamers? So I just saw this recently, and I'm like, oh wow. So we talk about a lot of behavior, and we know that Sony has had a lot of problems. Well, Nintendo had a problem with jacking up the price of their games to 79, and they had one mistake. Well, man, in the PlayStation world, oh my God, there's consistent mistakes that are popping up this year, weekly, every damn month. It gets crazy. Now Sony's wanting to increase PlayStation Plus price in 15 countries by April 16th. That's a week from now. PlayStation Plus price increase. I'm telling people that a lot of this stuff is going to happen naturally. Expect Game Pass to go up to $25 a month over time. Guys, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? They're not going to keep it there. So you can't expect that type of stuff to stay. Just like people, when Game Pass first launched, they thought the price was going to stay the way that it was. It's like, it's double that now. They can't afford to keep it there like that. Um, so don't be surprised when y'all see Game Pass going to 24.99 because it's going to happen. And this is just right here, right now. I can see Sony trying some other slick stuff too. Like eventually they're going to try the 79.99 with the PS6 first party games. Watch. Definitely because they can't control their budget. It's ridiculous. The price of PlayStation Plus subscriptions across all tiers will be increasing on April 16, 2025. In 15 Latin America countries, Sony has today announced. The countries affected are as follows. Excuse me. Damn. That came out of nowhere. Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico. That's crazy. Uh, Nicaragua or however the hell you say that. Hold on, let me read this real quick. Nicaragua, I think. I'm not sure. Panama, Paraguay, Peru, and Uruguay. If I spelled that wrong, y'all can let me know how that is because, like I said, I would rarely have looked at some of these damn labels, but I know the Spanish action could probably have a little bit of a say for something like this and this right here. But anyhow, let's take a look at this. So instead of paying $8 a month, it's now $14 a month. So to use, well, no, hold on, no, that's not right. That's not right. Hold on. Okay, so right now for Plus you have $8, extra you have 12. Deluxe, you have 14. 3 months is 20.99, 33.99, and 39.99. 12 is 64.99, 107 and 124. That's interesting because they have a different um price value than we already do over here, where it's 9.99. So Sony explained the increase as a result of global market conditions. By increasing the prices, it says it can continue offering high quality games and value added benefits to your PlayStation Plus subscription. The price hike applies to all new users in the 15 nations, and current members will have to start paying the new cost at the start of their next billing date. The updated prices look like this. It's interesting how they were getting it cheaper compared to us. If you're in USA right now, it's 9.99. These are more expensive. Let's read down here. This is more terrible news for the gaming industry. Yeah, glad my PlayStation Plus Premium is $49.99 for the fifth year in a row. The eyes of Sauron avoiding my home country of Canada for now. That's actually pretty funny. But it's like I was explaining to people before too. When it comes to region pricing, it's always different. Like I know that no matter what in the USA, the pricings that we get, the UK will pay more, and that Canada will pay more than them. Right? Brazil will pay more too. I was talking to somebody last night, Australians too. They said that for the PS5 Pro in Australia, you have to pay $1,200. In Brazil, I've seen people say something like that too. I think it was 1,400 over there, right? And like right now, people are like very big on the pro consumer move, right? And they're starting to call out stuff that is anti-consumer a lot, like Nintendo jacking the price up at 79.99, Sony doing 69.99 before that. Just like the $10 upgrade. right? To go from PS4 to PS5. Whereas Nintendo's like, yeah, you do that, but if you have online, you get the upgrade for free. And Microsoft charging $100 for early access for 3 days, right? Instead of just like, why can't everybody just get it on the same release date? You know what I mean? Like you see this anti-consumer greed that's massive. Just like when, gaming was free online and all of a sudden in the Xbox world, they started charging for online and Sony followed it after that when PS3 online was free. Nintendo's always had online for free. You'll start to see like new generation, always anti-consumer practices coming in. Or when somebody's trying to, um, enter into a new generation, they'll try something crazy and it can either backfire, just like with the Xbox One. Like, look at what happened with the new generation. There's always something tried at the beginning of all these new generations that can end up hurting the company big time. Whereas for Microsoft, they have so much money, they'll be able to get away with it. Whereas like Nintendo and Sony, they have to be careful what type of moves they're making. And I've told people before when it comes to the Switch 2 as well that there's one thing you're missing here, and it's the same thing. The reason why Sony was going to win this generation against Microsoft, carryover. Once you get that, it's over. No matter what you do. And if you're somebody like Nintendo, who people thinks they can get away with murder and get away with things more than anyone, they had 150 plus million install base getting ready to carry over. They did it. After that, there's nothing you can do. Remember what Phil Spencer said? It doesn't matter what we do. We missed the biggest opportunity of all of a lifetime, and that was the Xbox One carryover to the series. We knew it was over when we lost that. And if Nintendo had a bigger carryover than Sony, same thing, right? Game over. There's nothing you can do about that. This is understanding the way things work. And it's just the same thing now with Microsoft. No matter what you monopolize, no matter what you buy, no matter how much you improve Game Pass, you're never going to outsell them. Not only is it a brand issue, but it's also the carryover. Why do you think when people went from 360 to Xbox One, the Xbox One was still able to sell at least 55 plus million consoles? The series won't do that because they don't even have the carryover like that. When you have that conversion, right? People don't let go of their libraries, just like Fortnite. It went from PS3, right? Possibly to PS4, actually, PS4, and then to PS5, but it didn't drop down. That carryover, that's the most important thing right now, that digital library carryover. Nobody's letting go of that. So no matter what you do, then, no matter what you do, they won't move. So if you understand that, then you have to come to them. What do you think Microsoft went to PC? They're going to PlayStation. They're going to target the Switch too. Why do you think Sony went to PC? They're going to target the Switch too. Because all of them understand this simple, unified construct, y'all. If you got that carryover, they ain't letting go. There may be some people that do, but 70, 80, 90%. Same thing with Steam. I know some people that are not moving from PC. They've been on Steam for 15 years now. Oh, I'll wait for it to come to PC. I'll pay full price. I won't even go on Game Pass just so I can put it on my Steam profile. That profile is more important than anything because they'll even purchase for it and pass up something like Game Pass just to continue that profile. It's crazy how it works, right? But that's how it is when it comes to nostalgia, when it comes to carryover, when it comes to long time investments, when it comes to I've been here for a very long time. I ain't moving. How it works, understanding. Not what you want or what you think it should be, but this is how it works. Because once I understand how it works, then I can adjust through that understanding. Then I'll know why things won't change, no matter what happens. There it is right there, guys. So you see why stuff like this happens? Because it's exactly what I said. They know you're going to stay there. But at least when it comes to over here, some people can retaliate. Nintendo community, it's hard to get them to do that because they know they get that value. Whereas on PlayStation, you're not guaranteed that value. You don't know if this first party game is gonna be good. You don't know now if shit's gonna get canceled. You don't have the same foundation anymore either. You don't have the same people. Sean Layden's gone. Jim Ryan's gone. Right? Shuhei Yoshida's gone. Where's the PlayStation that I used to know? It's all a bunch of new stuff now. You're gonna have to get used to that. The same Nintendo is still there though. Xbox, at least Phil Spencer is still there. You know what I mean? So we can at least expect some type of familiarity. But you know now when Sarah Bond stepped in because Satya Nadella, when Satya Nadella took over, you're not going to see the same. No, Xbox doesn't feel like it used to before. It's not going to. You know what I mean? The only thing that feels like that is possibly Nintendo because of the same people behind the scenes. But yeah, anti-consumer, Sony has made the most anti-consumer moves lately, like too many times. Like it's too consistent. Nintendo has done one thing anti-consumer, and that's jacking up the price of Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart World. And their longtime anti-consumer practice is never permanently dropping the price, and it gets annoying. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like what I have to kind of say about this. Like, I just want people to be aware that um, this type of stuff has to go up, just like Netflix kept going up, right? Game Pass is going to go up, y'all. Get prepared for it. Don't cry. I mean, you could cry when it happens, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to go down. And in the future, it'll probably be $30 a month. Once they keep on doing this type of stuff, they're not going to keep it like that. They have to jack up the price. That's just the way that this industry works. So expect this. Remember what AGN told you that Game Pass is going to be $25 in the future, or £25 or whatever. It's only a matter of time. And will you guys call that anti-consumer? Or do you still think that's a good deal? Because I'm telling you right now, all of them do anti-consumer practices. And this is nothing new. And that you can go all the way back to when Microsoft started charging for online. That was anti-consumer. It was. And the stuff with EA charging for the online pass with Microsoft too, like that was anti-consumer. All of them have done anti-consumer things. It's up to you to decide whether you want to support that or whether you don't want to support it. Right? And that Microsoft and Sony are not practically better than each other if we look at things historically. You see what I'm saying? They're kind of similar. Microsoft just has more money. That's it. So I'd say probably the only thing that's somehow decently pro-consumer is Game Pass. And that's because Microsoft has the money to do that, to appear to be pro-consumer because they ran out of all of the options that didn't work. But I don't consider Microsoft pro-consumer, not even close. No. But they're giving you a deceptive pro-consumer service. But they're not pro-consumer as a company, not even close. Hell no. But all right, y'all. Peace out. Have a great day. Ponies, sit down. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm not surprised by this. I don't see this stopping, and I just see more stuff coming around the corner. Rockstar's next. Get ready for that, and along with a lot of other things. You're going to just see this all over the place. And physical media being sacrificed. So, but we're all digital mostly anyways. But yeah, that's kind of like my take on this. Peace out, y'all. Have a great day.